you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you. Is everybody able to hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Super, super.
So how's the day?
The day has been going very good today. Sunday morning was a little lazed out, but I work out, so uh, you know it has been a fresh start. It's raining here in Mumbai, like drizzling. It was raining in the beginning of the week, but now it's drizzling. So weather is really nice. It's the ideal way to chalo chalte khandala, but
But you can't.
but we can't go out of our house. So I can enjoy whatever I can through our through the
So
window and
when
the veranda.
when going to your profile,
Yes.
so Wikipedia page, with Sindbad, I so
All
I
right. Vishal, I
is
haven't got the first part of the what you
okay.
said.
I'm saying when looking at file,
Yes.
here
It's a bit of disturbance. The network is not exactly proper. I can see you. Everything is good, but the voice is, the network issue. So
okay,
everything I can't hear. It's a
you can't hear me well.
cut.
Okay, but I
Yeah.
can hear you well.
All right. Super.
Okay. So
So you,
I
even if you just tell me the gist of the question, in case I'm not able to get it, I will be able to tell.
so I have traveled to different countries for consulting doing food through Europe, Australia, Mexico, Middle East. So, and I think you are very observant culture.
Yeah.
So, what makes you so passionate about food, how it works?
You want to know about the culture, how food works, how the food is corresponding to the culture of all the places through my experiences.
Because I think you traveled a lot, but ask the audience if they can hear me well. Yeah, but were you able to hear me better last time?
Yes, that time it was much more clearer. Just now,
You want you want to maybe drop off and join again? Maybe it'll be better.
now you tell me the question. We can go ahead because disturb. I don't know why what some issues, but I can hear you
Uh,
now right now. So quickly,
hear me
just give me
better.
the gist of the question. Yeah, give me the gist of the question.
If you want to observe culture, even talking last time, talked about the city, where of course we have vermicelli, we have pasta, we have
Yes.
products, they have the victims, so maybe we have payas. How does food, let's example,
Food is a very interesting topic nowadays. Food more than nowadays. I look at food is that I have evolved the way I have joined whenever since ever since I've joined the industry. When I joined the industry, food was really not much of understanding. We knew that at home we eat this. That's about it. We would go to a restaurant once in a while and we would be very happy. When I joined the catering college, everybody was like, okay, what are you going to do? Are you going to be a chef, cooking? All that sort of jing bang was there. And when I started my work, actually, in the college, when I understood, but even in those times, I only knew that I had to do training, I had to work in the hotel, I want to become a chef. But beyond that, I wouldn't understand the importance of commodities, the ingredients. And that was a very important topic in our syllabus. But we would never understand the importance of that till the time I really got, I would say, really started understanding food because food is not just cooking. As a chef, I can't just do cooking. I have to understand the ethos of it. I have to understand the funda of all the fundamentals of, what ingredients are. When I say I'm a chef, I need to have a 360-degree perspective and probably a the sixth sense of if I'm using the flour, which flour I'm going to use. Does it have the gluten content? Does it will it swell up? will it make crisp after becoming? Why it will not become? Should I add mushrooms to that? The color combination, the engineering of the the crockery that I'm using. So food becomes a complete amalgamation of all these different mix. So when you start understanding food, and when you realize that yes, cuisines are so varied, but there's something that connects everything. There's some point where the root is, and that root is the cause of all these new developments. We have biryani, we have paya, there is this kubus, then there is the uzi. All these different versions of the same rice and meat together, but it varies as we go from different cultures, as we go cross borders.
For the benefit of users, you want to tell people what kuzi is, what caboose is. If
All right.
people,
See, if we say, chili, if we say arroz de poblano, okay, now that is a Mexican rice, rice and meat together. Uzi is camel meat. Usually, I mean, in the Gulf, they would use camel, but nowadays everybody uses goat. So the goat cooked along with the rice and vermicelli together in it. So that's the staple diet. That's the most important festive dish for them. When you come down to Spain and Europe, you see paella, you see the Italian risotto, which is again a mix of different rice and a meat combination. So a rice and meat combination in various forms. Then you come to Turkey and Istanbul and Morocco, and then the kebabs start coming up, the mezze start coming up. That influence has, when they came here to India, whatever they came in search of some, rainbow, pot of gold at the end of the rainbow or something, they came here, they saw and they bought in with them their specialities. When that came here, we realized that, okay, meat and rice is a good combination. Then there were all these myths about how the biryani came into, how it got into, to the people got to know about it. But frankly, I feel that as the chefs started working on it, it became more sophisticated by either giving a layering or by either adding more local indigenous products to it, by adding saffron to it, by adding the stock of meat, or by adding the spices to it. Otherwise, in Gulf and in the Uzi and all that, you don't really see so many spices. But here you see a lot of spices that has gone into it. Then, as this evolved and the empire, expanded, what happened was their own nizams and the shahs were positioned in different states of our country, and then they developed their own own rice and meat combination, because then it was a competition. It was not just a competition at the battlefield, but it was also competition within the banquets that were thrown. And I feel that is how this overall Hyderabadi biryani. In fact,
then,
I have got to know that there is a Konkani biryani also. Okay,
very-
Konkani Muslim biryani. Then there is a Syrian Christian biryani. The Syrian Christian biryani is another out of the world experience, because they cook everything in the coconut shell along with the coconut water, rice and seafood, and they put it in the pits, and the coconut cooks, and the coconut has such a robust flavor when it gets cooked in fire, that when you open it, that the cobra also tastes amazing. And you can imagine, with the water, with the same, it must be on a different level altogether. So, people have developed their own biryanis. And today, if you see, Biryani by Kilo has its own stylish biryani coming right in the pot. So, this is all evolved. It has come up, people enjoy such kind of nuances. They like this when they open up in the earthen pot, really nicely branded. They open up the earthen pot, they get this aroma, flavor, khushbu.
I
And
think I can say you really like biryani by kilo, special biryani.
I enjoyed it because, I will tell you why. Uh, we made a jackfruit festival long time back in one of the restaurants, and using jackfruit in a food festival was like not heard of, because jackfruit is a very it's a byproduct, sideline mein rehta hai. Nobody knows much about jackfruit. It's only in the tropical areas that jackfruit is very popular. But when I visited Caribbean on one of the itineraries, I realized that they also use the breadfruit, which is like a jackfruit, and they use raw jackfruit a lot, jackfruit chips. Then I imagined that yes, in Kerala also you get jackfruit chips, and they are very popular. So wow, this is some kind of connection. There is some kind of connection here, because jackfruit chips has grown from Caribbean to India. How it has traveled, we don't know. But in Kerala, they use Okay, so jackfruit was a fruit that was only available, that was only known to the coastal people because it's a very tropical fruit. Then we said, okay, let's make a jackfruit festival because in the month of March, April is a superb season for jackfruit. We get really nice varieties of jackfruit. And being in Mumbai, we had a great abundant supply from the Konkan region of jackfruit. So we get these raw jackfruits and the ripe ones. The ripe ones are also delicious, and we make kebabs out of jackfruit, the ripe ones. So once I said, okay, let's make a jackfruit biryani with the tropical flavors of coconut milk, the ginger garlic, and kokum in it. And we made a kathal biryani with a ripe jackfruit, the yellow, nice golden yellow color fruit. When I saw your kathal biryani, I said, wow, that's also a wonderful use of using the raw jackfruit because it has a different taste. It has got a very subtle, robust. And when I opened it, I said, anybody who doesn't know jackfruit, if I give him this biryani and tell him it's mutton biryani, he will happily eat it because it resembled like a meat. So it's a great, different, a meat alternative for people who don't eat meat but they miss meat because they've stopped eating meat. So jackfruit is a great fruit for that, and the kathal, it's such a wonderful the taste, the robustness, it absorbed all the flavors just like the meat.
So if I can say, instead of like they are making meat out of plant, like,
Yes,
I,
yes, nowadays, yes, it's a big thing.
they just kathal or what I
Gosh.
tell me,
No,
just one second.
yeah, yeah. Totally
Better?
hope so. Hope so,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I was saying, biryani, if you noticed we had some cooking the honey for everyone, and then we send it with the biryani is cooked. Were you able to notice that the later biryani with honey?
Yes, it came really well, in the right form. And when we opened it, the whole, the aroma just kind of, spread because I could see the dum was still intact in that, and the best part was that it had I guess you do it right at the end, just when you get the order, that's when you do it. So I think you've really gone to a detailing part of that, to really supply this. Like we were wondering, in hotels to do a room service of biryani, then have the dum and put in the tandoor. So this is like really an additional next level of room service. You call
Uh,
for it and half an hour it comes to you exactly like what you get in the hotel. So I think you've done a great research on that to ensure that we get the product is really proper.
Right. Chapati, biryani, Lucknowi.
The rogini roti, yes, I got the rogini roti also along with that.
Yes, yes. Also, a lot,
When you are speaking alone, then the voice is really very clear. And when I join you, I think it's getting and I'm on both the Wi-Fi also and the mobile data.
okay. So uh, can- now why?
Hello.
Huh. So anyway, let's take it forward. So also, let's talk about your favorite restaurants in Mumbai. Which would who would say
You mean to say overseas?
no in Mumbai?
In Mumbai, my places, we worked in the Taj. So I worked with the Orchid also. Orchid had a nice restaurant called Vindhyas, which was a very, first time somebody had tried to do a complete peninsular food, the Indian coastal peninsula.
So I
So
know like crowd. Let's say I or Balu. Okay, but,
I'm sorry, Vishal, it is really it's very bad. But if you just quickly type, or maybe Rupali can just give me the typed
speak up.
version of what the question is, I'll be able to answer you.
Okay, let's try one last time. Drop off and try to join one last time.
Should I go off?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's on the network is the issue, I think, because when you are
Okay.
speaking alone, it's very clear. I was like, okay, now it's taken care of. But
Is it better now when I'm closer?
it is slightly better, yeah. It's better now.
Slightly better now when I'm
Yes, 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 yes.
now. Okay,
It's slightly
maybe
better, yeah.
maybe I tried this time. Right.
Okay.
So I'm saying, which are your favorite restaurants in Mumbai to eat out? Like I think you were mentioning one of them, Crystal, right?
Yes, yes. See, Crystal is a very hep. It's not a very hep place, but it is always you will get to see many artists, all these creative guys from the media. You will see them there because somehow that place has a very unique charm of itself. It's right opposite the Chani Road Chowpatty, so you can see the sea. It's next to the Wilson College. It has got that wonderful the old world charm setup. The when you enter inside, you see this person who is the owner of that place, probably hearing to those Raj Kapoor songs. You will only hear Raj Kapoor songs and Guru Dutt songs there. And then when you sit for the food, you get fresh, hot Punjabi, North Indian food, Punjabi kind of food, vegetarian Punjabi food. And they are popular for their chapatis, the real chapati, like the fulkas and the chapatis that you get are straight from the fire onto your plate. And you keep asking for more and they keep serving you. So
It's very
that place
traditional.
it's a very classy,
Which
they
else?
don't,
What other small restaurants in Mumbai you would like to say are your
uh,
favorite?
yes, then I like to go to Cafe Military, Military Cafe in Fountain, behind Fountain. That is
It's a
also
Parsi restaurant, right? It's
it's
a
a
Parsi.
Parsi Irani restaurant. Yes, it's a Parsi Irani restaurant. They have these farcha there, and they probably are the people who understood the importance of small menus and fresh menus because every day they have a specialty, and that's it. Monday they have few items, Tuesday they have few items, and I don't think they have deviated from that for last so many, probably 60, 70 years that they have been existent. And the best part is that they have their sugar-free beer. I had not seen sugar-free beer anywhere, but they serve sugar-free beer. So
In the
that's
military
my
one.
cafe military, yes.
In the
And the
military.
food, the regular Parsi, the lagannu custard, the farcha, the pipatu, the sali gosht, everything you get there is really nice.
So I
Similarly, there's
yeah.
sorry.
Next
Then similarly,
time I'm in Mumbai, we'll go to
you
Biryani.
should. You should tell me. You should tell me. I'll take you to these places. Then
Uh,
there is one called Martin's in Kulaba. Again, very typical. Go on. You'll get the rice sausages there. You'll get the sausage curry, sopatel, everything what you eat in Goa. You will get that. He's also very popular
this was
in Kulaba.
Cafe Gomantak, the
Yes,
Goa.
Highway Gomantak is also now when when you talking of Mumbai, unfortunately, there's not a single, a full-fledged Maharashtrian restaurant. Really unfortunate. I'm feeling bad for that. But there is a Malwani restaurant which serves amazing food, which is called Highway Gomantak. It's right in Bandra, where our great Sachin used to stay earlier, Kalanagar. It is right there on the Highway Gomantak. Then there is a place called Gypsy Corner and Prakash. They serve amazing traditional Maharashtrian vegetarian food. The Brahmin food of Maharashtra. They serve that. And Aswad is also one who got the some very important prize as the best fast street food world over. For the misal that is served. Misal is a kind of mixed lentils. They put farsan on top, and it's served with our traditional Mumbai pav. So misal for that they got some really international award, and after that place has really become very popular. But these few places are the who have kept the Maharashtrian food alive in Mumbai. Between all the Chinese and the Shetties and the continental food, in that these food. And but I nowadays see that a lot of these international restaurants also are combining like some of Maharashtrian delicacies, like the raw mango pickle that we call methamba, is that we call that. Then panchamrut also they have incorporated. One of the great hotel restaurateur, I think Mr. Kirkar had used panchamrut in one of his recipes. So I was feeling little better that okay, there are some people who are using Maharashtrian ingredients. Kokum is being very much used after the master chef from Australia said that one of his to-go ingredient was kokum. So these ingredients are totally unaware of once you go out of Mumbai limits or Maharashtra limits. In fact, even within Maharashtra, if you go to Nasik, or to central part of Maharashtra like Nagpur, people will not know kokum. they will have no idea what kokum is, or they will not understand how they make food with coconut.
All the seafood, kokum, whole
Yes, yes. That is our tamarind. Yeah, that is the tamarind from Maharashtra. In Goa they use the malt vinegar. In South they use tamarind. We use kokum. Yeah, Maharashtra they use kokum.
So, no, I think it's better.
Yes, the taste. It is also called as ratamba because Konkan is famous for mangoes, and that's a like a sunshine color, and this is very darkish purple color. So this is called as like a night mango, ratamba, and that is the mango. It's a it's a souring agent completely, and in the candied form also it is too good.
Also, if you can hear, uh, also if you hear me, whatever thing you tried biryani like Hyderabadi, you should also
Yes.
try my Lucknow. You will like.
Lucknowi and Hyderabadi, the difference?
Yeah. So I think biryani by kilo also have the Lucknowi biryani.
Yes, I tried the Lucknowi one.
Oh, you tried the
I tried the Lucknowi one, yes.
because
So
the Lucknow.
the mutton biryani had the gosht biryani was melting in your mouth. It had that buttery feel. The
Because
meat has to be like really butter.
the people who might not know, like maybe you can explain better. The Kachchi is a little spicy, but the Lucknow oh yeah, style and a pakki biryani. It's more gentle, like spicy food.
Yes, less spicy because I think that the combination of not using too much of peppercorn and clove to
Yeah.
increase the
Right.
spice probably is more clearer because it has come from the northern side and like Kashmiri food and all. I will be really I have noticed it that the spice factor goes down from Punjab as you go up north. Till Punjab, I think people like spicy and that food. But as you go up north, from Jammu Kashmir to Baluchistan, maybe, and that area, the northwest frontier province, I think people have stopped. They cannot take the pepper spice also. They find even if they bite one peppercorn, I have seen it. The Pathans and all in Mumbai, I had got a chance to talk to them and all. They said even if you put one peppercorn and if we have a bite of it, we'll have fire coming out of our head. So that is where I understood that the north they cannot take spice.
Same thing, I think, in Northern Europe, in Scandinavia or Germany, they can't take too much spice. The colder
They
climate,
cannot. Yes, they
that's
cannot.
spicy.
Somehow
Also,
the weather plays a lot of important role
mhm.
because the oils. I think the spices has got oils, which affects when you eat. They kind of in the heat, the oils help you sweat and release the you say I think it helps in the in when it's hot temperature. But when you go towards the colder regions, the spice makes it blocks the uh, passage of the food. Somehow that is the kind of reaction I think they have.
Also, I didn't try biryani by kilo galati kebabs. The mutton and
I
we are
will.
known for the mutton and veg galotis.
I'm
So do
going to
try.
order that. I'm going
Yes.
to order that because we got the seek I ordered for the seek kebab and the firni. So the firni was also totally balai. It had all the the creaminess in it. The rice was very well cooked,
Mm.
and and when you serve it nicely chilled, then the the mouthfeel is palate. It's amazing on the palate. So I'm going to try the. You told me that the galati is really
Galati veg.
something. So I
And
will, and galati is what kebabs are known for. I mean, it's the highest
yes,
level of
yes, is
the
the highest
standard.
level of.
If you want to make kebab, then you have to do the galati, and if you can
And
master
like
that,
you really like the katal biryani. People really like a veg galotis also. Of course, the mutton galotis are very famous, but even
yes,
the veg galotis are very popular.
correct. So you have got these recipes really to the point, huh? Means because
Yes,
Indian
yes.
recipes to standardize gets little difficult because
Mm-hmm.
every chef
Right.
will have his own touch in it. But
So biryani by kilo, we have 40 outlets across India, and we are growing fast
okay,
in 20 cities. But you'll get the
lovely,
same biryanis, freshly dum cooked, same kebab, same finni, same kormas everywhere in India. So we have standardized it,
super.
and yet keeping the recipes authentic and the best ingredients. So that's the magic,
That
I
is
think.
the real important part because
Yes,
standardization is so important in
yes.
Indian food.
So I think Chef Nilesh, you're going to show us thali piti bruschetta
Thali
with
pit.
avocado, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Can you
yes.
explain to the viewers about thali piti? What does it mean?
Okay, now thali pit is a multigrain flatbread. It has
Hmm.
got jawar, bajra, wheat, then moong, urad, okay, and rice. So all these
Wow.
grains, they are all mixed together. This is a very staple. It's like a delicacy in Maharashtra. Thali pit means for breakfast. Usually people have this because it has got all the mixed lentils, and it provides you. It's like completely healthy for everyone, and you don't really feel heavy also after that. And you make it like a flat bread. So and you cannot roll it because though it has got wheat, but it's not only wheat because of the jawar and all. You can't really roll it, so it doesn't have too much of gluten also in it. So it's wonderful for people who are on a gluten-free diet or a vegan diet. So this thali pit is a staple everywhere across Maharashtra. Anybody will serve you thali pit, during breakfast or for evening snacks.
But can people buy thali pit flour from the market
Yes,
ready?
in Mumbai it is very easily available. In Maharashtra, it is easily available. I think maybe in North, in Delhi, there will be some shops where you get thali pit flour because there are a lot of Maharashtrians in Delhi also in North. So it is possible to get thali.
This
It is
is like,
available in Dubai also.
so if I
Sorry.
can say you've combined thali pit bruschetta with avocado
Yes.
butter. So you
Yes.
it's like a true fusion, right?
I just thought that thalipit. It is. I just thought that thalipit becomes too for me because I've been eating it like since as a kid. I felt that thalipit becomes too boring after a while. You eating that and little
and
gets.
now you take thali bruschetta continental thing. So,
So what I did was I'm going to make small thali pits, bruschetta size. I'm going to top it up with a nice cabbage salad, slaw salad. There's a cabbage slaw that you serve, and avocado because I'm totally into health freak now. I'm becoming more of a health freak. If you see me, what I was a few years back and now. I have to probably it's kind of a transformation as you progress ahead, and then you want to have something really which is good for your body. Particularly with this kind of situation, I think it's necessary that one eats very good healthy food because it is the need. You can't eat. You need to have your body really maintained well. So avocados was something which I felt. Avocado butter is. Uh, with thalipit we serve makhan. Okay, traditionally we serve makhan. Now I said, okay, makhan to khate aayi hai, but let's say I make an avocado butter because avocado mixed with little. I have added coconut oil to it, but you can add maybe like a raw banana to it and just whip it up and make a roll. In French food, there is a thing called maître d'hôtel butter. Okay, that maître d'hôtel butter is a butter which has got these seasonings, and they roll it and they serve it in the most of the best fine dining restaurants. Okay, in mostly in the French restaurants. So every time you have a bread, and the maître d'hôtel butter is considered like the important part of that. So I said, let's do something on those lines, but with avocado, and I will serve it on the thali.
can, can,
So we can go there.
yes, can we go ahead?
Yes, okay. I'll go to the kitchen because
Yes, yes,
we'll be
yes.
nice. I hope everybody was able to hear at least because maybe
Yeah,
uh,
guys can hear us better now, and at least Chef Nilesh better.
yeah, that is important. Well, I'll just set up the camera so it is nice. I'll try to make it so you get a full-fledged view of what I'm going to do.
Yes.
I have these. I'll show you. This is the thali pit flour. This is available in the market, just like that. It has got everything. Is it clear?
Hmm. Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is. It's got mix of all the ingredients that I told you: jawar, bajra, rice, moong, and white urad dal, and
Hmm.
whole wheat.
Hmm.
Then I have got spring onion here, chopped spring onion. Then
Hmm.
some green chilies because we like it a little spice. And I have the slaw which is ready. I will remove it. It's in the fridge. So I'll remove that slaw. I've got some mayonnaise. I'm going to mix the veg mayonnaise with the slaw. And The avocado butter is also inside. I'll remove it just as we complete the dish.
But
Here is
but
a hot plate.
but you will teach us how to cook butter as well, right?
Yes, yes. Okay, I will show you. It's very simple, but as when we come to that element, I will tell you how
Yes.
to make that butter because you will be able to see it. There's no trade secret about it, but I'll be able to see that. I'll be able to tell you what exactly is it. All right. So put on the pan to heat,
Hmm.
and let's add some water here. The flour. I'll take the flour. And you don't have to add too much of water, just enough water so that it becomes like a dough.
Hmm.
You can see what I'm doing? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But
I'm mixing the water.
yes. With thali piece
This is
flour.
the thali pit flour, yeah. It has to be like a dough texture, so not really too much water, just enough so that I can roll it later on. You can ask me questions by then because now I think I can hear you much
Better.
better.
Oh, so I
Say it
think
again. Yeah.
somehow it is working better.
Yeah.
And so you've which European you've traveled a lot in well, right? In South America. Which are your
Uh,
favorite? Which, where did
I
you enjoy best? In
yeah
Europe or
I more so I enjoyed Europe like anything. I love the the unexplored parts of Europe because we don't like to go to the touristy places mostly. We like to go something where I can see the markets, I can see the countryside. So recently we went to this Veneto region and we explored the Prosecco and the different wines of that region. We also went to a college there, a catering college, and it was like more like a what do you say, the exchange class. So I was supposed to show them some Indian food, and what we did was we made a lot of the regional Indian food. We made chapatis, we made puris, we made a nice chicken makhani, of course, because everybody loves chicken makhani. So we made chicken makhani, we made bengan, that bengan cutlets, and we when we presented this like a thali form to the Italians, there were chefs, there were students, they were zapped because till then they had no clue that what Italian food was all about. Sorry, what Indian food was all about, and it was for them like a completely a new form of enlightenment. Because they never seen a chapati before. They didn't know that without yeast, you can unleavened bread, you really can puff it up. The puri also became very puffed up, and they were like, wow, this is so different than what they have understood what Indian food was all about. Then, we wanted to make a nice vermicelli kheer. Okay, now I didn't get vermicelli there, but because we are in Italy, there are so many types of pastas. So we found one pasta which was very close to like a linguine, but which was very close to the vermicelli of that texture. So we took that and we made a kheer out of that. We made the sheer kurma of that, and they were zapped because using a pasta to make a sweet dish, they almost fell down from the chair. So it was quite a interesting format.
you are
So coming
popularized
to our thali bit, I have added spring onion to this because the spring onion will give a very nice taste to the thali bit. We can add onions or we can add spring onion, and I'm adding some green chilies to it.
okay.
And I'm just going to mix it up.
Hmm.
Now I'm going to add a little bit of oil, just little oil, and then I'm also going to apply some oil to my palms.
Which oil you're using?
I'm using regular vegetable oil. We usually use peanut oil
Hmm.
because peanut oil is very healthy compared to and I prefer to use the kacha ghani ka tel, not the processed ones, because processed ones we really don't know what all it goes in that. So I prefer to use the kache ghani ka tel, from the mills. So that helps. I'm applying little oil to my pan. The pan is hot.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm going to add some salt to it. Yes, we didn't add salt first. Little salt, and I'll just mix it up once again. We can add chili powder to it, or we can add, but no other masalas as such. No need to add dhania jeera powder and all. The batter, the flour itself has got all the best ingredients, and then I've added spring onion, so you really don't need much more than that. So a little bit of oil on your palms, and just roll it up. And I'll make this small, like how you make the small tikkis. So really thin. And I will put it over the tawa. You can make it too flat, but too flat makes it very dry afterwards. It becomes too crisp. And you don't want it too crisp. You want that little softness in it. So I'm not going to really make it very thin. You can do it in between the banana leaf also, and you can do it like this, so no problem. A little more oil because so this is exactly what you do with the makai rotis also. Makai ki roti when they make, they have to be, because it doesn't roll, because it doesn't have the gluten. So it's almost the same way.
Like the way you put oil.
Oil on the palm. Okay.
How much time does it take to cook?
This will take hardly 7 to 8 minutes to cook. And as we have, started directly putting it on the tawa, so by the time we finish, the first one will be almost ready. So we'll cook it from both the sides. It will take like 7 to 8 minutes.
In the meanwhile, you want to tell us how you make avocado butter?
Yes, I will. I will remove the roll, and it will be easier for people to understand what I'm talking about. Give me 2 minutes. I'll just finish with this, and then we'll go to that part. Because by the time the thali pit gets cooked, we can talk about the butter also. So that's it. So we have this nice 5 thali pits getting cooked on the tawa. The spring onion brings in the flavor very properly.
And it's not deep fried.
Sorry?
And it's not deep fried.
No. It is not at all deep fried. In some restaurants, they do the shortcut and they fry it because otherwise it takes little time. But it's best not to fry it. I will just steam it, let it steam for some time, so that it will get nicely cooked, and then that's why I've kept the lid on top. Okay. Now here's the avocado butter. This is exactly what we do with our normal butter also. What I've done is I've mashed the avocados. Okay, and I have added a little bit of seasonings to it that you can add. In this, I've added coconut oil, and I have added lemon juice. And in the typical Metrani, they add Worcester sauce also, but I haven't added Worcester sauce. I've just added coconut oil and avocado mashed, and I have made it like made a dough, roll it, and then with the help of the cling wrap, I then freeze it, okay, for some time, and now I have removed it and kept it in the chiller so that it is soft. As simple as that.
Is it a lot of coconut oil in this?
No, okay. So for like around 2 avocados, so we have 4 halves of avocado. We mashed it, and I have added say around like 30 to 40 ml of coconut oil, so that it's more like an you have to keep beating it and then add coconut oil slowly and just incorporate the coconut oil into it. The coconut and avocado combination, because coconut oil is also rich in antioxidants and avocado itself is so nutritious. So this is like a power booster. So this you can use instead of your, if you don't like makhan, or you don't like the lactose part of the milk, then this really gives the boost, the power boost when you need, either in the morning or even in the evening, like with the snack.
So someone can put some herbs in this butter, right?
Yes, yes, one can put herbs in that. But I didn't put it because, if I put herbs, then I'm really making the dish too complicated or too many flavors. I like to keep the flavors of that, like the thali peeth has its own flavor, then adding a little coleslaw and with the avocado butter. If I add too much of seasonings into everything, then it becomes that you don't know what exactly you're eating. So I'm not doing that. I'm turning it over. I've not added oil also yet. I'll be adding a little bit of oil now once it gets cooked a little better from both the sides. And then I will just add the oil on top.
Chef Nilesh, if I can repeat it, butter have for 2 avocados, around 30, 40.
30 ml coconut oil is very good.
And what else put in this?
In this, frankly, I've just added lemon juice so that the avocados don't discolor, and little bit of salt, because salt is important, but one can add herbs to it, some chili flakes if required. They can add a bit of mustard paste to it, and bring in the flavors more if they want. Absolutely fine.
And how much time for it to feel like a butter?
No, then, if the avocados are very nice and correct, ripen, then you just mash it up. You don't really do anything else. You just mash it up nicely in the bowl itself, then add the coconut oil, mix it up, add the seasonings, and then put it on the cling wrap and roll it up and keep it in the fridge. Probably like it gets hardened because of the coconut oil. It just hardens up very quickly, and then you are good to go with it.
But probably
So,
some more becomes like guacamole.
yes, yes, but guacamole has got everything in it. The coriander, it has got onion, tomato. We are not doing that because I already have everything in this thali peeth itself. So we don't really need additional in the burger itself. And as I said, traditionally thali peeth is eaten with makhan, with the white makhan. But I'm not adding makhan this time. I'm adding the avocado butter to it. So I'm cooking it from both the sides.
Looks quite good.
It is very nutritious, healthy. And this is the cabbage slaw. It's got cabbage, carrot, and capsicum. And I'm going to mix the mayonnaise, very little mayonnaise. Let's add some salt. Very little salt. I can add mustard in this also, but I'm not adding the mustard because, as I said, let's enjoy the flavors of the ingredients itself more than adding too many seasonings. So that's probably my influence from the Western cuisine. Got it. This is the coleslaw. Coleslaw is very popular with the sandwiches, so I thought I will use that. It's very simple also. It's a nice salad. I can add some malt vinegar or apple cider vinegar, or I can just add some lemon juice and give it a nice little tanginess to the whole dish. Okay, it's getting cooked on both the sides, just like the bread.
Looking
and since
quite.
I've kept, just very nicely cooked. Just give it a last steam on top on a very low flame, and then we'll be ready to serve it.
But only
Sorry?
I said you get to.
I get to eat. I wish. I know. But Vishal, if you come to Mumbai anytime, you
Yes,
have to let me
yes,
know so
yes.
that I've done a couple of restaurants here, and these items, these dishes
Yes,
were there on the
yes,
menu, and I always like to do so many things. In fact, even the dal bati churma is something which people are getting. It's getting popular now. The dal bati churma, or
yes.
for that matter, the very famous one, like the really father of our fusion was when ITC first did. I think Mr. Jix Kalra and Manjit Singh Gill, Chef Gill, they had made for some delegate, they had made walawas filled with dal makhani. So that was
Wow.
like the epitome. I think that was really something. And this wasn't, I'm talking about in 90s, I think. This was that time when people were really doing so many different versions of, food. Food also was really, because the market opened up in 90s, I clearly remember we did some amazing functions, amazing food. Like, people didn't know what khosre was. People didn't know what pasta was. We were doing ravioli. We were doing so much of cannelloni stuff. We learned how to make the pasta dough the real way. Even the Thai curries. We had chefs coming in from Thailand, and we were making all this real authentic stuff. So even that galangal was so difficult to get. Now galangal is available in our regular vegetable market also, but otherwise earlier galangal, kafir lime, for us also it was. In colleges we have grown, we have learnt only in the pictures. Okay, avocado looks like this, artichokes are like this, but we actually got to see them when in the 90s the market opened up. There was some time, because food was really going places at that time. We were competing with each other, even with the hotels. Okay, what is there for the 31st in your side? What is with us? What are we doing something new? Chef Oberoi also was so much involved. And after a successful year, he would all give us a party to either Khyber or to one of the nicest restaurants in Mumbai at that time. So that was those days. Really
90s
remarkable.
were the hate times for Mumbai and for cooking and
Very true, very true. I mean, that time we used to tease that Delhi only knows chole bhature and samosa. That's it. And look at what all we are doing. That was always because we had a lot of people from Delhi, and there was always this kind of healthy competition between the Delhi and the Mumbai food. What was happening, because it was we each wanted to be better than the other. So the thalipit
okay.
is ready. Yeah, let's serve them. Just like the bruschetta, instead of the French baguette or the Italian bread, we have this here. Then I will put the coleslaw on the top.
Looking
Uh,
quite good.
don't no need to do anything else. For a Maharashtrian, when I tell them that I'm making thalipit bruschetta, Maharashtrians are very ethnic people. They are very few of them are really experimentative, or in that way. They will agree to. They're like the French people, I guess, because they don't agree to the changes very easily. The Maharashtrian people. So when they say thalipit, then they want thalipit. For ages, they have been eating thalipit with makhan. When I serve them this, they were like, "Are you sure? What is this?" And they will always give little mixed reactions before, and that's the Maharashtrian personality most of the time, and that is what I have known. So it's always a little bit of pressure when you do something unique, or when you try to do something different for the traditional food. But I have tried to do it, and people have appreciated most of the time. So it's nice. People have changed over all these period. So now I will just use this avocado butter on the top.
Just a bit.
Yeah, very little, because you don't want to spoil the taste of the entire dish. So it's very soft makhan, and the colors also look very nice.
Even it looks very pleasing to the eye, the whole
I hope it's looking appealing, and
looking very, yeah. And it's a very simple thing, the way you have turned it up.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes simple can be very
Right.
difficult, but yes, simple is the key
But,
word today.
but, but someone can make 15, 20 minutes, right?
Actually, see, we've made it, everything was made in front of you. Only the onions and everything was chopped beforehand. So
Yes.
this is for you, for biryani by kilo. Thank you so much. I wish I could send this, or maybe, I can parcel it the way it is, straight
So next
away, like you do.
needed. So thank you so much, Chef Nilesh. We wish you all the best for your future journeys in the world, to popularize Indian cuisine and to learn more. And like I think once said, you like R.D. Burman, how he amalgamates different classical music, everything. I want to amalgamate all the food culture into something which is very original. Wish you all the best. Keep trying biryani. Biryanis, kebabs, kormas. We also do it very authentic. And we wish you all the best. Look forward.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
great
much, sir. Thank
day.
you. Thank you, Mr. Vishal. Thank you, Biryani by Kilo, for a
Thank
wonderful interaction. Thank you for listening me to so
you.
much. You know.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye bye. Namaste.